Hello, my name is Matt with the Hemp Ranger, thehempranger.com. I wanted to talk to you today about something I think is very important for the population to know about, especially in this emerging hemp and CBD market, because there's a lot of confusion. We don't want confusion in that. So, what are we looking for and why? Well, for one, I'm making this video, you knowing why to get CBD, so which one to get. This is that video for that person. You need to look for high quality and a fair price. Period. That's what people look for, high quality and a good price. The confusion stems with people not knowing what it is that they're buying, what's in their product, what's the variations of that product that they could be obtaining, and are there other methods that are, better, other products that are better, or people just get sold on one and they don't dive any deeper to find information. They may not even know that they're using a bad or expensive product. They may think it's just normal. Well, hemp grows from the dirt, so it is an infinite abundance resource, and we get the seeds recreated from the flowers too, and we can replant them, grow them again in a short period of time. That's one of the major keys about this being a very resourceful and renewable, sustainable business, and also just a sustainable practice of medicine and health at that. So, meaning you can get your health and your own, CBD from your backyard, for one. If you're not ignorant to that fact, then you need to know that first, because this is something that's coming quick. It'll wave to where you can just have this stuff available. In Tennessee, we have a program where you need to sign up for a farmer's license. You need to, go through all these regulations and jump through all the hoops. And, that's great that we have availability for that. In the future, what we should all have our vision towards is everyone having it in our backyard and easy access. Now, that's not to say that everyone's going to have a great method of extraction and a great method of, ingesting and making a great product just because we can grow it. But just saying, it is one of those things that everyone can grow it. It's not like it's a monopoly and controlled. Don't think that the company you're working with is, you're stuck to them if you feel like you've had any kind of a bad taste of, any of that stuff. But this is what we're going to dive into right now. So, you want to make sure that your price point, for me, for instance, I sell tinctures for 1,000 milligrams around $75 to $85. Those are the average retail prices for 1,000 milligrams. And I don't carry actually 2,000 and 3,000 milligrams just yet, and I will in the future, but I've seen some prices that just blow my mind, like 800 milligrams in a spray is what a total ends up being, and it's $110, for instance. I just think that's too much, because when I see 800 milligrams of CBD, I'm not looking at, no offense to anybody, I'm not looking to pay for everybody's research and development on their company's product and their farm and all this stuff, because like I said, it's something that's so infinite in abundance. It needs to still be in a relatively fair price range. So one of the other things you can look at for high quality are the farmers using organic practices in growing it. How is it being grown? Is it being grown with pesticides? Is it being grown with love in general? I mean, you have to know where your product's coming from. Also, there's third-party test results for your tinctures. You can take, which the companies that sell to you probably already have done that. They take their product and they send it off to a third party, have it tested, and the quality is shown with the paperwork. It's shown. So if you're working with someone that doesn't have the paperwork available to you, maybe you request that, and if they can't get it to you, you need someone that's got high quality standards enough to do that for you. So, like I said, 1,000 milligrams is about a gram worth of CBD. About 1,000 milligrams looks like that. A little dish can hold it, amount of the powder, and you can get those in retail outlets. A few places in Nashville, one in Old Hickory, Hermitage, Elevated Smoke Shop, Marley Smoke Shop. There's a bunch of places that sell CBD isolate, which is the isolate powder, and it's $50 before tax for that. So an $85 tincture or a $75 tincture after they've added that medium of oil, maybe some organic terpenes, some other things like that's worth adding the jar and the label and the test result. All that stuff, in my opinion, is worth paying the $85. It's when it starts getting to like $150 or $140 for just 1,000 milligrams. That's where I start to say, well, can I justify spending that amount of money for that product when I can get it elsewhere, because it's so abundant, like I said. So the players of the game that are going to be successful in this are going to be ones not trying to make too much money off of each person, because for one, this is a consumable product that people need every week or every month or whatever to maintain health. So it shouldn't be something that is very expensive, monopolized, can be hiked, or there should be no confusion, and there should be no people taking advantage of others because their lack of understanding of this product and what to look for as far as quality goes. You're going to look at the jars, you're going to look at the labels and list of all the ingredients. Me personally, I'd like to have a true organic flavor of a cannabis variety, so a terpene. I would like that. I would like flavors. I don't like a bunch of random things in it. I would just like the pure CBD, maybe the medium chain triglyceride coconut oil or hemp seed oil base, all organic, and then the flavor of the cannabis plant reintroduced if it had to be, fine, but that's what I like personally. So you can find what methods you like and what tastes good and stuff, as long as the CBD content and how much is in the CBD, milligrams, correlates with a price range that's pretty fair. Like I said, a gram goes for $50 at the most in retail outlets, maybe 60 if they're really trying to charge a lot. And you can get it from the right source if you buy an abundant amount of it for around $25 for a gram, so, or even less. So it's something that needs to be looked at. This needs to be looked at, especially if you are a consumer of CBD and tinctures. So what is full spectrum? What is broad spectrum? What is isolate? So you can have a broad spectrum isolate. It's just meaning the powder is refined all the way to just the cannabinoids. And a isolate CBD only would just be 99.9% just CBD. And me personally, I wouldn't want just CBD. I would want the full spectrum. Maybe not a rich abundance of THC, the psychotropic effect cannabinoid, but just the CBD and CBG, CBNs, those other ones that are also non-psychoactive. If they're available, I want those. You want broad spectrum or full spectrum as they call it. They say full spectrum, not meaning the full spectrum of the entire cannabinoid wheel, because there's so many, I believe like 60 something, maybe more now. But when they say full spectrum, they're meaning in relativity to the plant that they were working with. Say I was a farmer growing a certain strain, I'm going to call it full spectrum in relative to that strain, not full spectrum in relative to the entire cannabinoid wheel. So a person had mentioned this to me before, a proper term for that instead of full spectrum would be broad spectrum. So I'm looking, might be personally, broad spectrum. Fair price, right around $70 to $85 for 1,000 milligrams, and of course you can allocate that difference. It should go cheaper as the more you go up in 1,000 milligram increments. The labels and all the ingredients, make sure you test and check all of those, the third-party test results. All those things really matter right now in this time, and to spread that knowledge once you get it wrapped up, I think is also very vital and very important to keep spreading the knowledge. People don't want to be ripped off, and in every market and every facet, there's people wanting to take advantage of it. But it's only allowed if you have the ignorance to allow that. You can easily say no. I think that prices I can find different at a lower rate. For instance, I sell CBD isolate for $35 a gram, so it is $15 cheaper, but it may be more, time efficient to just go to a store and grab one than to try to call the Hemp Ranger and have it shipped to your house or whatever. So, like I said, there's options available, and I personally believe it'll just be getting better quality, higher quality, as long as the people demand higher standards, or just make sure we don't support and pay dollars to ones that are not up to our standards of quality and in that price range. We can't afford to be paying other people's high dollar for their research and development. If that's what they chose and they wanted to do, they still should have their product at a fair market range, I believe personally. And if it is going to be a higher ticket sale, you've got to sell me on it personally on the quality of what's the ingredient in there. Like I said, the terpenes that they add in there make an extreme difference in flavor and stuff, and that stuff's not cheap. So they may have something in there that is a reason why. As long as you ask why, ask the questions, read the labels, see the test results, get information, absorb it, lock it all in too and try to spread the word, because the next person's going to want this tincture. It's some of the best medicine in the world. It's not something that's going away. It's something that's going to be around now for a long time. I'm starting to go into the most regular of, backyard pharmacies that carry health goods and whatnot. Now they're carrying hemp seed hearts, hemp seed oil. They're carrying CBD tinctures of different strains and different people's, own brand. I saw Ananda Hemp. I've seen all kinds of different, I've seen Prime My Body, and I've seen, of course, I carry Tennessee Homegrown. I carry some Alleviate Farms tinctures. I mean, it's really getting out there. People are really passionate about this, and some of the people that are involved in growing and extracting and stuff need to hear this video too, because they need to know, yeah, you're right. Like, just because I went through all this hard time and stuff doesn't mean that I need to put a $250 price tag on it, because that's not going to be sustainable when the prices around from the people that are doing big grow ups start getting their prices down close to the dirt cheap price, because it is an infinite abundance from the dirt, like I said. So, not bashing any company. You may be looking at this like, wow, maybe we have been charging too much and we need to reevaluate and readjust. I believe so, because this, like I said, this is a medicine for people. We are trying to heal the mind and the heart and heal the mind and the spirit and the physical body. So, we don't need to injure our pocketbooks in order to do that, when we can just grow it back here, okay? And we're just so blessed to be alive in this day and age. It's 2018. It's May 16th or 17th. I can't even I'm so busy and in depth with this that I don't even know exactly what time it is. But man, I feel so blessed to be alive, to be a part of this revolution. So if you're ready to revolt, come on, join the team. You don't have to support my specific brand or my specific, whatever. I just want to see hemp and CBD in everyone's backyard. I want to see everyone that needs it and wants it easily have it right there. It should be. Anyways, this is the Hemp Ranger. TheHempRanger.com is my website. I'm in the process of building a new one so I can incorporate Bitcoin. So I love cryptocurrency. I think it's a great idea. And as far as today goes, I'm hoping the net neutrality thing goes in the American people's favor, because that's one of the big things going on right now, And I'm getting off topic here. Anyways, the Hemp Ranger, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I hope that you took away something from it. If you think I maybe need to be informed on something, that I said something wrong, I'm always up for more, intel and knowledge. I would love to hear back. If you think you have some vital information that people need to hear, I want to broadcast it. I want to get the message out to the people. And video and audio is like one of the best ways to do it. Like I said, I really appreciate everybody. Super blessed. And peace out.